What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you could make it here today. Real quick, before I get any further into the video, let me just say this. There's been a lack of content lately because I've had nothing to share with you guys. And even if I did, I've had no time to do it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the fact that I'm a new parent, okay? And I'm going to just give you my thoughts and all that good stuff and talk about maybe what I've learned and so on and so forth. So please, if you're new here, go ahead and click the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. But for right now, let's just start off with the fact that dads do not get enough time off. And they get nothing. Especially, a lot of workplaces, in the working field, a lot of times dads don't get hardly any time off. And that's not okay. It's not all right. So fortunately, where I work, they let me take off, but without pay. Like I don't have any bills to pay. Like I just had a baby and now I don't have any bills to pay. I don't understand the logic. It really makes things difficult, right? Fortunately, I was able to, work around everything. I didn't lose my house while I wasn't getting paid, so that's great. But not everybody's so lucky, right? It's just very weird. So, my work allowed me to at least take however long my spouse did. And she took 12 weeks, but I was denied short-term disability because nothing was wrong with my wife. So, I had to go back to work. I got 4 weeks off, and is what it is. So, I could have taken extra time, but I didn't because one of us needed to go back to work. That's just, no easy way of putting it. So I left the wife home with the newborn. And so basically when I get home, it's daddy time. I get to put on the dad hat and give her a break and let her go take a long ass nap before I have to lay down and do it all over again. So, there's that. And then on top of that, let's see, what else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about the bottle situation. My Lord, we brought this boy home and, my wife has been pumping, and we've been using NeoSure because he was slightly underweight when we brought him home. So they wanted us to use NeoSure to kind of, pump up them LBs. And it's done the trick, and we're almost off of it, so that's good. But having to wash bottles constantly isn't really that big of a deal. But man, it's taking a toll on my hands. Them bitches are chapped. So I went out and bought dish gloves. So that's a new, for you new parents out there, go ahead and do that. If you're going to be washing bottles, get yourself dish gloves. That's a parent hack number one right there. But not only are we constantly washing bottles, but when we brought him home from the hospital, they used these kind of throwaway bottle nipples in the hospital, and it was kind of a bad choice because he got really used to those. He got so used to those, in fact, that when we got home, we had a variety of bottles for him to try. All slow flow nipples, 0 month, that kind of stuff. One hole, that controlled the flow, the baby controls the flow situation. And we had hardly any luck. Some of the bottles that were supposedly the same flow and same month as the bottles they used in the hospital, he wanted nothing to do with. He would either take them too fast, or it would make him sick, make his tummy upset, then he'd be spitting everything up, or he wouldn't be able to get anything at all out of there. I got the Doc Browns for smaller babies, or for newborns rather, and the anti-colic situation. And I used that the very first time. I've actually used it twice. And both times, I let him have at it there for a while. He didn't hardly take anything out of it. So that's a no-go. So we ended up getting the 0 to 4 month Medela bottles, and he's been taking those ever since. So I had to buy several of those. I bought 2 packs of 3, and yeah, now he's in there throwing a fit. You may or may not hear him. Take a nap there, bro. You need some rest. He was up all night, and you know, parent life. Currently letting the wife take a nap while I'm in here dicking about. So yeah, using the Medela 0 to 4. He loves that one. That's the only one that I could get him to use. We used the Nano BB. We've used the Como Tomo. We've used Parent's Choice. We've used Nook, Philips Avent. Other brands that I have, there's more brands. We've used the Doc Brown, like I said. There's other brands that I know we have that we've used, but you know, the names have escaped me. And so far, the little small, I think they're like 6 ounce bottles. They are Medela brands, and they're interchangeable with the bottles that you can use in the hospital, that some hospitals use. Not every hospital uses the same, but it's just so wild to me. I never thought that, you know, a baby would just get so used to like one nipple and not want to move on. But apparently that's what happens. So we struggled quite a bit trying to, you know, transition him into a different bottle, because the ones they give you in the hospital, the nipples are technically single time use. So you use it once, you gotta yeet that mother fricker. So what the hell? Now we did, when we first brought him home, we did wash him several times. I think I washed each one about 3 times every time, and then I tossed it. And I did that until we ran out. And then I ended up buying some of the Infamil brand nipples, and we used those too for a little bit. Now we've been using those for when we're on the go, because we have the pre-made shit, the pre-made Similac, and the Infamil, Infacare, I think it's called. We got some of those set aside for when we travel or we have to go somewhere, and we're not going to be home in time to make a bottle or to feed them, you know, breast milk or anything like that. So, but yeah, we have finally eased our way off the throwaway nipples, and now we're on to the Medela ones. And those are really good, really easy to clean. I like them. He takes them very well. But yeah, just a heads up. That can happen. And yeah, so another thing. Let's talk about diapers real quick. So my newborn here, he is 5 weeks old. And, you know, of course, we brought him home and started off in newborn diapers. And we are like just now starting to get to 0 to 1, or you know, the 1 month, or the size ones, I should say. So we just now moved up, but my God. So I bought a set amount of diapers thinking that would last until we got into a different size. But boy, was I wrong. You know, I'm not a moron. I know babies go through diapers like crazy, but in my head, I thought it was like way less than what we've actually been through. So, you know, I've even had to stop myself several times and say, like, am I changing diapers too frequently? Because, my God, we are running through them. But apparently I'm not. And they just, you know, go through them quite a bit. And, yeah, that's crazy. Another thing is, you know, newborns get constipated relatively easy, especially if they're bottle fed. You know, with things like Similac or the Infamil, Infacare, that kind of stuff. So yeah, you know, if they go several days without pooping, don't freak out. Apparently that's normal. And I've had to remind my wife that several times, because she starts freaking out when he hasn't pooped in 24 hours. Like pump the brakes. He'll, you know, when you least expect it, he'll have a diarrhea diaper, possibly a blowout, and you'll be thinking, woo, thank God. But yeah, it's been crazy though. It's been great. It's been amazing. I gotta say though, single mothers out there, if you are doing this by yourself, you are a bad bitch. That's all I got to say. You are a bad woman. It's a lot. but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I really wouldn't. Even if it was twice as worse than what, you know, I'm going through now. Wouldn't trade it for nothing. I do gotta say, other than him, you know, he's been kind of, when we brought him home, he slept amazing, but I think he's starting to get to that point where he's definitely more aware. Eyes are open constantly, watching my every move, especially during feeding times or when I'm holding him, that he just wants to keep them peepers on you. So, he's, you know, nap time, or when I try to lay him down after a feed, a lot of times he'll take a nap, but, you know, those several times he doesn't want to. But yeah, he's starting to, we're starting to very slowly get him into a routine to where, like 10 o'clock, like when I need to start getting to bed for work, we need, you know, we're starting to get in that routine where we lay him down and, you know, have to get up through the night, obviously, to feed and change and that kind of stuff. But we're starting to get in that routine where he knows the drill. So, you know, from 10 to however long until he decides he's hungry, that's, you know, he'll sleep. But we're getting there. We are getting there. But, man, it's been crazy. That's all I got to say. What's another thing that I can talk about? He's starting to get that baby acne, which apparently like 20% of babies get. So, that's weird, but also normal. We were told to only clean it with, you know, a warm washcloth, baby washcloth, and possibly, you know, dab a couple of drops of breast milk on it to maybe help. But other than that, you can't really do nothing about it. That's just very odd. And also, baby fingernails are similar, probably made out of the same thing that razor blades are made out of, because those things will cut. And yeah, that's just insane. Also, it just blows my mind how something so small can have so much strength. Good God. Now he's in there, not wanting to, I think he's up. He's up for good. So, guess that's going to have to do it. Thank you guys for popping in. If you got any advice on anything, let me know in the comments below. I would appreciate it, you know. If you enjoyed the video, like I said, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I got more dad content coming in the future. You know, especially if I get more time, I will definitely do that. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.